All right, James, obviously not the result that you guys wanted against the Rangers. You're blanked on the scoreboard, but if you watch that hockey game, it's not like you guys played poorly. So what are your thoughts after having the chance to think about it more, break it down a little bit?
Yeah, I think we're just seeing what all the games are going to be like down the stretch here. It's all the little important details that end up getting magnified even more and more. Teams make less and less mistakes going into the stretch run here, especially the teams that are kind of jockeying for the playoffs or in the playoffs. So we just have to make sure stylistically that we're really focused on those things and just kind of playing the way that we played the whole year. But again, the execution of the details gets magnified this time of year.
It's certainly frustrating not scoring goals. How do you guys manage to stay positive in this room and on the bench?
Yeah, I think we've shown this year what we can do, and we have confidence in that and our style of play and what we've done to kind of make things kind of to our identity. So I think we just want to stick with that.
What has the conversation been around making some of those corrections to the small details that you talked about and playing the style of hockey that you need to win at this time of year?
Yeah, I think we're just got to really be focused on that and concentrate on that. And obviously, again, there's going to be times when you have to make plays and things like that. But I think just setting up your foundation of your team, of your discipline with how you play the game, and that gives you a chance every single night.
The special teams have been a struggle for the Blue Jackets lately, the power play in particular. What are some of the things that you guys have focused on potentially changing to that power play to result in some more goals?
Yeah, I think ultimately, again, being predictable to each other, I think is the most important. I think that's the biggest thing on any power play that's good is that everyone's on the same page in the sense of the reads that we're trying to make. So I think we just got to get back to being a little more direct and simpler so we're easier for us to read. So your teammate can read off you a little bit easier. So I think that's something we'll try to focus on.
We saw some changes to the lines at the end of the game against the Rangers. Some differences out there this morning. Again, those Russians together. What do you think about shaking things up like this to potentially generate a little bit more chemistry and a little bit more offense?
Yeah, again, I think obviously throughout the course of the year, the lines change a ton. So I think ultimately having a couple different looks to try to spark something is never a bad thing. So obviously now it's up to us as players to just go out there and do our job.
I know you guys have a lot of fun watching those Russians play. So what do you think about those three together up front?
Yeah, it should be good. I think obviously they grew up learning the game over there. So I think they probably have a similar way to think about how they want to play. And some of those subtleties that might be a little bit different. So yeah, I'm excited to see what those guys can do tonight.
James, you guys know this New Jersey Devils team very, very well. You lost to them just about a week ago at their place. What makes this team difficult to play against?
Yeah, I think they've got a lot of skill all over their lineup. I think they're well coached. They've got, again, I think a really strong decor, probably pretty underrated decor too. So I think again they seem to have a lot of quality players in the important spots of their team.
The last thing for me, you guys have played so well at home all season long. It's been a tough start to this homestand, so what are you guys trying to do in front of your fans to get things back on track?
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting this time of year as far as, again, we're right in the thick of it right now, and these are all very meaningful games, and it's up to us to kind of grab a hold of it. So we know we still control our fate here, so we have to really, again, we know, 16 games left, so it's one game at a time, but knowing that, again, we have the opportunity to again, take things into our own hands, so we need to just do that.
All right, James, thank you for this. Good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
Dean, it looks like Jet goes tonight.
Mm-hmm.
What's your goaltending situation like right now? Is there anything you can share about what's going on?
No. No different than any other day or game or whatever. No, we're just we're trying to put the best lineup on the ice that's available to us to try to win a hockey game. We haven't had success here as of late. You try to tweak some things, yet you still want to, do what we do, and that's certainly a theme or a key for us is just to continue to do what we do. But, when you don't have success, you got to tweak some things, and so we're moving some pieces around.
They go for the forward lines too. Mm-hmm. Just a different look.
Yeah. I mean, we went to it. Those two lines in particular, we went to it at the end of the game. We like what we saw. We obviously had a little sample of it. Did we have success right away with it? No, but yeah, it's just an opportunity to you're always trying to find a little wake-up call, right? And again, not that we've played poorly, but we haven't played like we can play. And we've got to get back to that. And there's different ways that you try to do that as a coaching staff, and that's what we're trying to do.
How much of that would you say is mental, the battle that the players are going through?
Yeah, I think it's a good question, because when you go through not having success, right, it's easy to go individual. It's easy to get frustrated and get down. But the one thing that we know is that our leadership in that room, I don't care how old or young they are, the composure, the ability to stick together when we've had adverse situations has been fantastic. And it hasn't been bad, and we expect it to continue.
On that topic, you mentioned needing veteran leadership. What are you looking for out of veterans to kind of get you out of this little swoon?
We're looking for that in everybody. We've had different people in leadership roles. Again, I don't care how old or young you are. We've had different people step up all year. We expect people to step up here tonight in order to give us a chance to get these 2 points.
With getting Boone back, getting Cheney back, getting adding 2 faces into your room as well, in Cunnin and Fisher, is there a measure of kind of the chemistry that was before that, before all those guys were playing and they were in there being disturbed a little bit, and that you just kind of have to resettle a little bit?
I don't know about that. I think the guys have fit in seamlessly. It's just, have we tweaked the lines a little bit to see if we could find some chemistry? Yeah, a little bit, but majority of the guys have played together. Obviously, Cunny and Fish have just got here, so but we've seen small samples and ability to get some numbers, or not even numbers, but more eye test. Of who we feel is playing well together or can play well together. So again, hopefully we make the right decisions.
Dean, outside the goalie, any other lineup changes?
No, I think, just the lines shuffling. I think the personnel is the same except for Jet.
Did you feel like you had to address what we were talking about the other night after the game, just in terms of things aren't going well, there's some frustrations boiling over, you guys have been a close team all year. Did you guys have to address that, or do you feel like it'll work itself out?
No, we're that's one area we are definitely not concerned about. We're concerned about the frustration and getting down, and like you guys talk about the standings and where we're at and all that kind of stuff. We're there. We knew and we know that it's going to be a fight right to the end. Like, it's not like the teams are all close, right? Like, we're all battling. Everybody's doing the right things to try to get themselves into that spot, which is the playoffs, and it's going to be a grind, and we expect our guys to grind just as hard as every other team that's in these positions. So our group, our mental psyche is as a group is good. We just have to make sure that we don't get too down, and to the point we've talked about this a few times. Is it a break here and there, a bounce, whatever it is, maybe a little positivity to reinforce that we're all doing the right things.
With not scoring a goal the last 2 games, and it's been a little bit of a struggle recently, but I know you guys get number, scoring chances, analytics, things like that. Do you still see that you're creating the way you want to create and just been a little bit snake bit, or is it a matter of you need to create more chances against some of these teams as that gets later in the year?
Yeah, no, good question, because we did a little session today of scoring goals, how we score goals, and we're not making a massive emphasis on scoring goals, because then it just seems to tighten up everything. But we need to we've talked about this before, and every coach since, hockey started said you got to get inside, you got to get to the net. You got to screen, get in the goalie's eyes, all that stuff. We say the same bloody things all the time, but yeah, that's what we need to do. We need to, there's some teams that score off the rush really well. There's some teams that, get to the net really well, and I think we know how we score goals. We got reinforced here this morning of how we do score goals, and hopefully we do the right things tonight and actually score goals. It'd be nice to have a goal, right? That's a really nice tie too. Yeah. Is it St. Patrick's Day? It is. That's why. Yeah.